Hey everyone, welcome to the conclusion of my 30 notes that are just too unique to ever get into your collection. I went through the top 100 notes and spotted 30 notes that are just way too rare to ever be in anybody's collection. Many of them are only in museums, some of them are once in a generation sales. They're just notes that can't be found, but yet made the top 100. So if you're trying to put together the top 100, you can't. These are the 30 culprits why you can't. I've already gone through numbers 30 through 21 or 30 through 11. This week we're going to knock out the top 10. Once again, I have to show books, I have to show replicas, I have to show other pictures because I can't violate copyright. So I can't just page through one book and show you. Even though half of the last list ended up being that way because there were so many consecutive. I felt it important to show those consecutive notes in that list because I question certain things about that list, why they were on there to begin with. If you can't get them, it's no fun. Anyway, we're going to continue on with the top 10 lists, top 10 notes out of the top 100 that you can't get. Number 10 on the list. This happens to be a $100 national banknote from the series of 1862. This one is a value back. So if we look at the back, you can see it prints out the value $100 right there, dead center. So when you talk about blank backs or value backs, that is what the value back would look like. This particular note, though, the $100 note, only 2 banks issued these. This one is FR number 586, and there's only 5 of these that are known. So yeah, it would be very difficult to squeeze one of these into your collection. It's number 36 out of the top 100, number 10 on my list. The last time one of these sold, it sold for $102,000. Price will probably be going up if one ever shows up at auction again. Odds are me and you aren't going to get it though. So yeah, only 5 people could have one of these. That leaves a lot of us not able to complete our top 100 list. Anyway, that's number 36 overall, number 10 on my list. Number 9 on the list. This one's number 36 overall. It's a number 25 overall, I should say. It's a $100 national from 1865. That would be the original series, or if it's got a charter number, that would be the series of 1875. This particular one looks a lot like the first one, but the back is clearly different. The first series, the original series, or the series of 1875, either one of these would work out. You're talking FR number 452 on this particular one. There are roughly 80 to 90 of these that are still around, and sale prices are anywhere from $17,000 all the way up to $300,000, making this almost an impossible note to get. Once again, number 25 out of the top 100, and number 9 on my list, the $100 1865 National. Number 8 on the list. This one is number 20 overall on the top 100. It's a $100 legal tender from 1869. Features Lincoln on there, of course, and if we look at the back, pretty cool looking back as well. FR number on this one is 168, and there's approximately 30 of these floating around. We are talking, the last sale price on these is anywhere from, make sure I got it right, from $12,000 to $280,000 on this particular one. So the 1869 legal tender $100 bill, like I said, one of 30. So yeah, piece of cake. We can easily get one of these. That one's number 20. Number 19, I just got to rotate the book. Number 19 overall, and this is number 7 on my list. It's the $500 legal tender note from the 1862 and 1863 series. And there's the back of it there. Pretty cool with the 500 on either side like that. Very reminiscent of a lot of other notes with that back. But the $500 note, you're talking 6 of these are known. It's FR 183. Looking up sale prices for the $500 legal tender, like I said, 6 of them were out there, and the last time one of these sold, it sold for $900,000. So that one is number 19, and it's number 7 on my list. Number 6 on my list was kind of a surprise because it's number 18 overall on the top 100 list. This particular one is the $100 1890 Treasury note. And if that sounds familiar to some of you, that's because this is known as the watermelon. And like this, you can't really tell, but if I pick it up and move it closer to the camera, those zeros in the 100 look a lot like gigantic watermelons. So it got the nickname the watermelon note. Now the $100 Treasury note, this particular one, there's between 35 and 40 of these floating around. You're talking FR 377, and recent sales on these show $47,000 to $350,000 for a watermelon. A very high demand note with a nickname like that, but I'm surprised it's only number 18 out of the top 100. Number 6 on my list of notes that we just can't get. Number 5 on the list, this one is a $1,000 1862 legal tender. The $1,000 1862 legal tender, this one number 13 overall out of the top 100, number 5 on my list. There are 4 of these remaining, so that's it. 4 of them. There's the back right there for the $1,000 note. This particular note, like I said, 4 of them remaining. It's FR number 186, and the last time one of these was for sale, it sold for $960,000. So yeah, with only 4 of them out there, chances are you're never even going to see one, much less have the opportunity to pick one up. 4, just 4 notes. Wow. All right, that one, like I said, number 13 overall and number 5 on my list. Number 4 on my list and number 8 of the top 100 is the $100 legal tender note known as the spread eagle note. The eagle with his wings spread like that on a $100 legal tender. This particular note was put out in 1862. There are between 65 and 80 of these still available. It's FR 165, and the last sales I have on these go from $16,000 to $125,000. Once again, with only 65 to 80. Well, 80 is in the higher range for different notes. I want to point out at this here. Let me show you the back of that one first. There's the back of that one there. But I had recently heard a fake fact. Everybody likes to say that Benjamin Franklin suggested that we use a turkey for our national bird rather than the eagle. The thing is, that's not true. What actually happened was Benjamin Franklin looked at some of the drawings of eagles and said that they looked more like turkeys. And when you look at the head and neck of this eagle, I can kind of see where he was coming from, because this is most certainly an older drawing, and yeah, that does look more turkey-ish than eagle. Anyway, that I couldn't help resist that little factoid when I saw this particular picture. Anyway, number 8 overall and number 4 on my list, the $100 legal tender. Number 3 on the list and number 3 on my list, this is the 5 shillings 1690 Come Help Us note. This particular note was one of the first notes ever issued in the country, and let's see, this one here says 20 shillings on it. The top was cut like this so that with this design here and with this design here, they could match it from what it was cut to make sure that it was a legitimate note. A lot of this is written in Old English, so you have the F's instead of the S's, which becomes, yes, there's no F in treasurer, but clearly that would be an S. Anyway, a little bit tougher to read without struggling, but the thing is this figure here is holding a banner, and on the banner, it's hard to read here, but it says, "Come help us." It was our way of asking for help to get away from the English. I'm assuming that that's what that was. Anyway, it's called the Come Help Us note, and it's that because of what's in the banner right there. And like I said, pretty interesting. For a note from 1690, only one of these still exist. So yeah, a unique note. The last time it sold, this is how undervalued currency is. There's one of these, and it sold for $160,000. That was the most recent that I saw there. If it sold, if it has resold for that, So be it. But for a unique note with that much history, selling for 160K, wow. Anyway, number 3 on my list and number 3 of the top 100, the Come Help Us note. Number 2 on my list and number 2 on the top 100 list. This one is a $500 National from 1865. The $500 National, you can have the original series or the 1875 series, either one. Once again, the 1875 series is going to have the charter numbers on there. There are 4 of these out there. It's FR number 464. And if I remember the last time one of these sold, there's only one in private hands. There are 4 of them known, but only one in private hands. It sold for $1 million. So $1 million note here at number 2 on the big list and number 2 on my list. Take a peek at the back. I don't know if I flipped it over or not. That's the back of that particular one. You gotta love the designs. Anyway, the number 2 is the $500 National, also number 2 on my list. And finally, number 1. Do you guys know the number 1 note? I'll give you a hint. I have accidentally shown it already. There you go. Number 1. The Grand Watermelon. What a big surprise there. Of the 100 greatest American currency notes, the Grand Watermelon is number 1 on the list, number 1 on my list as well. It was the note that they chose to put on the cover of the book itself. The Grand Watermelon from 1890 is a $1,000 treasury note, and you can see quite clearly that those zeros most certainly look like watermelons. They just used this particular design, but when they arced it out, that's how you got the watermelon design like that. Anyway, this particular one, there are 7 of these notes known. It's Freeburg number 379. The last sale report on one of these was $3.29 million. For a 1 of 7, 3.29 for number 1 on everybody's list, the Grand Watermelon Treasury Note. That concludes this series. Like I said, for all of these notes, there's only 869 of them out there. 869. I showed here. There is 500 and there's another 400. There are more singles right there than there are all of the notes in the last 3 lists combined. That's how rare those notes are. All right, that's what I got for you this week. If you learned anything new, go ahead and hit that like button. If you like what you see and you want to see more, please subscribe. Love reading all your comments. Thanks for watching. I'll see you again next week.